What's up? Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? All right. Wait for a few people to come in while we're waiting in. I say check out that description like I always do. Check out that description. Let's see if I can get this thing going. Oh, I just swiped it away. It said I was live. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's still awake after eating all that turkey. Is everybody still passed out from that? But in that description, you will find the MUDFLAP app and among other things. Be sure to check it out. It's pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. Um, so I'm re-uploading that video from earlier today, the one that no one could hear me talk on. Sorry about that. I recorded that at home, and it threw me off because I was at home, and I'm not sure the audio. Like the living room is like a giant concrete room, you know. So it echoes a lot. So I turned the volume down on it, and it did not work well. So I got the volume cranked up on that, and that should be re-uploading. You'll probably get that sometime later today, hopefully. So yeah, hopefully that works out. Hopefully we get it re-uploaded. Turn the volume down on that. All right, what's everybody doing? Everybody have a good Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Let me see if I can light this truck up real quick. You can see all my things just thrown up there. I got some Ice Mountain water up there. I got to get that water down. I do not like water on the top bunk because it gets jarred around, it busts, and then you got water draining out of that pan. I've had that happen before. Just saying. I've had that happen before. I got that Ice Mountain water. Boy, I hate Ice Mountain water. Does anybody else feel that way about Ice Mountain water? I cannot drink that stuff. I mean, it's like, I'll cook with it, but as far as sitting around drinking it, probably not going to drink it. Oh, let's see. Where's all my crap at? Well, that's about gone. That's no bueno. Let's get a water. Gonna water. Oh me, got an empty fridge back there. Went to stock that fridge today in the grocery store that I thought was going to be open today. They were only open from 6 in the morning to noon, and then I didn't get there till about 1:30. So where am I at? I am in, well, that's a good question. Where the hell am I? I'm in Missouri somewhere, I think. I think I crossed the line. Yeah, I'm in Missouri. Missouri. Boy, I've got it planned out right now. I got to go from Missouri, on my way to Missouri right now, and then I got to go back to Minnesota. But yeah, as I was saying before it cut out, on my way to Missouri right now, we're going to go from Missouri back to Minnesota, and then I got a Minnesota to Florida run. So the majority of my week's already planned out, already taken care of. Got awesome rates on this stuff. Yeah, it's good times. It's good times. Let's get to some comments here. I think Don was number one. Yep, Rick N. Happy Thanksgiving. DIY Semi. Everybody go check out DIY's channel. Got a good channel going over there. Don, yeah, I've been missing in action. Don, been at the house for the last few days. Got a water pump put on this truck yesterday. So, been laying low at the house. Probably going to cut back on the live feeds a little bit. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's become quantity over quality when I listen back to them. Sometimes I'm not happy with, like, you know what I mean? Like, just like to keep the standards high. So, yeah. Let's see here. What's everybody doing? Dale Mandit in the house. And like I said earlier, for you guys didn't hear me, I'm re-uploading that video from this morning, the Craigslist Job Search San Diego. That should be re-uploaded here in a few minutes, maybe an hour. I got the volume turned back up on that. Wasn't sure. I recorded that one at the house. I'm not used to recording at the house. And the audio quality at the house is very like echo chamber. You know, it's like a big open room. So it's got like a hollow sound to it. I thought it sounded super loud. So I turned the volume way down on it. And then apparently, like it was way too quiet. So but yeah, I finally got a chance to go back in and crank the volume up on it. That gets re-uploaded, so if you guys want to check it out. I was actually pretty surprised with San Diego. You know, I lived in San Diego in 2013, maybe 2014. I never really looked for a job out there because I wasn't trying to work that year. I was taking a year off. And you know, there's like some decent jobs out there. Like now that's a very expensive place to live. You got to keep that in mind too, you know. So yeah, but there's some decent looking jobs out there, I thought. I think the next city I do, I haven't like sunk my teeth into what city, because I usually like to take a comment of someone saying, hey, try this city, try that city. San Diego was easy for me because I used to live out there, so it kind of like, oh yeah, it'd be neat to see what's going on out there. I'll probably do something on the East Coast next. I have not done an East Coast city. I'm thinking maybe like Charlotte. And when I say East Coast, I don't mean like on the coast, you know, just out east. Like Charlotte, maybe I don't know. Maybe something up like Jersey, something like that. We'll see. I heart Cryptoverse. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thank you for that. Trucker Wild says, happy gobble gobble. Yeah, I hope everybody go check out Trucker Wild. He's got it going on over there. Doing Amazon. Go check him out. A lot to learn over there. Ace in the house. What's up? Hey, I'm here. In here. Yeah, there you go. Thanks for letting me know that. You know, that is something I like. You know, I mean, you don't have to. You can come in and listen. You never have to say you're in here, but it is neat to know who's in here. You know, you get to know people. I Heart Cryptoverse says the best. I found out I'm going to have a second grandchild. Super happy. There you go. There you go. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Trigger Wild says Ice Mountain water has a funky taste. Yeah, I just can't get it, man. It's like, I mean, I'll drink pretty much any kind of water, but whoo, man, that Ice Mountain is like, it's got an aftertaste to it. I'm like, maybe they get that a little too close to the sewage plant or something. Yeah, I'm in Missouri, DIY in Missouri. I hate spring water. It's chalky and makes me thirsty. Yeah, I kind of get that too. I don't know. What is this? This is purified water. I typically like purified water more than spring water. I'm not a big spring water person. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let's see. Jerome Jones, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming in. Trucker Wild says, good deal, brother. Hey, DIY. Yeah, everybody check these guys out. That's two good channels right there. Check them out. Ace says, keep the lives, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about like shortening them up, tightening them up a little bit. I don't know. It's one of those things. Y'all let me know. Freight Trucking says, checking in quick. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Yeah, I appreciate everybody coming in. I left the house at about noon this morning, and let me tell you, it was a miserable afternoon. I mean, dude, it was like I needed like tape to hold my eyes open. Like, yeah, it was rough. It was rough. Just boring. You know how it is. Like, I was coming down 35 out of Minnesota through Iowa. Oh my God, it's so boring. Arthur from North Carolina checking in. Yeah, appreciate everybody coming in. Clyde Sloan says, happy Thanksgiving. How are you? Hope you and your family are well. Yeah, we're killing it, man. We're doing good. Had a good day. Had a good day. Got back out here on this road. Got this load I picked up the other day in Fargo. I picked this load up in Fargo, and it's going to Missouri. So I swung it by the house for a couple days. It had like 2 extra days in it because of Thanksgiving, and so I swung it by the house. Maybe an extra day in it. Yeah, like an extra day. I swung it by the house. I needed a water pump. My water pump started going out Monday morning. My water pump started going out. I heard it squeaking when I cranked up the truck Monday morning. It had a pretty distinct squeak. That water pump squeak. And I got up. I had a puddle of water. I had a puddle of antifreeze under the front of the truck. So I said, there she goes. There she goes. Started leaking. Probably, I don't know, maybe not much, maybe half gallon a day it was going through. So, got to get it done, though. You can't put stuff like that off. I basically ran out to South Dakota. I had a load on I needed to deliver. So I went ahead and took that out there, delivered that. It was like 200 something miles out there. And then I went like 200 miles up to Fargo, got that, and then about 250 miles back to the shop to get the water pump replaced. So, all is well now, though. Stuff happens, Wild Bill in the house. What's up, Wild Bill? Ain't seen you in a minute. Thanks for coming in. Jerome Jones says, Trucker Wild TV, how Amazon planning on doing Amazon over here in the Midwest? All right, everybody getting that Amazon money. Let's see. Maybe try shirtless live streams. Ugh. No thanks. No thanks. When you're at the house and you see yourself, like when you're taking a leak, you see yourself in the mirror with no shirt on, and you're just like, I gotta get that. What is it? PX90 or whatever it is. I gotta start working out. Is what I'm saying. I gotta start working out. So yeah, no live shirtless lives going on over here. Let's see. Where we at? Arthur says, Happy Thanksgiving. Monday, I'm starting my refresher class for CDL. Thank you for your advice. Yeah, no problem, man. Got to get back in it. We need truck drivers. Because I'm gonna retire soon. How much did the water pump fix cost? I don't know. I ain't got the bill for it yet. We'll find out. Anthony says, Sup, y'all. Happy Turkey Day on my way home from Sumas, Washington with a load of lumber going to Carrollton, Texas. Boy, that's a long run. I get my turkey tomorrow. There you go. Yeah, normally I don't take off on Thanksgiving. Only reason I was at the house is because, like when I was out in South Dakota, I had to get a load that was coming back through Minnesota because, the shop I needed to get to, so I kind of narrowed down the loads I could take, and which Missouri and Kansas and that area is not a bad area for me. I can typically do okay out of there. So, I went with this load, but normally I don't go home on Thanksgiving. Normally I just run. But it just worked out. This was a good paying load. This is like $4 a mile to babysit this frozen food over the holidays. So it was worth sitting and waiting on it, and give me a chance to take a couple days at the house. Like a day and a half. Let's see. I got home. Let's see. I got home Tuesday night. Took off, Wednesday, and then left back out today. So. Yeah, like a good 40 hours at the house. Not quite 2 days, but got the water pump fixed yesterday. It all worked out. It worked out. But yeah, Anthony, good luck on your turkey. Hope you eat a lot of it. I would say I do not recommend huge amounts of turkey and then having to drive through Iowa down to Missouri. I don't recommend it. It's like a tranquilizer shot. Those two combined, straight to the jugular. Like, Wild Bill says, I worked today and made 3 times the rate of pay. There's the man with all the money right there, guys. If you're ever in Chicago, uh, you know, look, if you call the mayor's office and Wild Bill will answer. Says I worked today and made 3 times the rate of pay, just stupid money. Now I can take a few days off next week. There you go. That's how you plan it out, guys. Make the money and then take the time off when it's like regular pay. See, that's normally what I do with my holidays. Is normally I work the holiday, make a bunch of extra money, and then I take off the day. Like a day or two the week after, and it's like, and that's why I went ahead. Another little pro tip for you right here. This is for the 13 people hanging in there. Another thing I do coming in to a holiday weekend is book some freight, because see, I already booked tomorrow. I pick up a load that goes to I'll drop this load in Missouri tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon I pick up a load going back to Minnesota, and then so that'll pick up Friday and then deliver Saturday, and then I got a load that picks up out of Minnesota going to Florida, for like early next week delivery. Line up some freight, because rates will not be as good come in the morning or Monday morning. I promise you, they will not. Everybody, most owner operators have taken off, yesterday, today, maybe Friday. A lot of them will try to get back on the road tomorrow. So, and there won't be a lot of places open tomorrow, because a lot of that lingers over. That a lot of places take off Thursday and Friday. Not a lot, but some. So you're going to have limited exposure as far as freight. Brokerages, they just won't be pumping like normal. You know what I mean? Everybody will be out spending their money at, everybody will be on the toilet tomorrow, and everybody will be out, shopping Amazon. So, you know what I mean? It just won't be a productive day. So when you go to jump on that load board in the morning, just know that there's probably not going to be as much freight there as you thought there was going to be. And there's going to be a lot more competition out there. So that's a couple things I do on a holiday. I try to run the holiday, make money, and then like the day or two after the holiday, line it up to where I can be home. That way everybody else can haul that mediocre freight, and I've already hauled the good paying freight. It's a little sacrifice though. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It's a little bummer being gone on a holiday, but that little bit of money can be life changing down the road. So just that's what I do. That's what I do. Not for everyone. Probably not for everyone. Ace says get the Chuck Norris Total Gym old school. Yeah, no doubt. Christy Brinkley, am I right? Am I right? Um, yeah, I need a Total Gym. I could put it up here on the top bunk. Yeah, I could put it up there, man. I'd be out there like just getting ripped. And for about a week, and then I'd probably end up stacking dirty clothes on top of it like I do now. So, just saying. Yeah, no, I got to get up and start doing some workout. Like, I was doing good there for a week or two, I had a whole little routine I was doing in the truck here, just to get my heart rate up for 20 or 30 minutes a day. Try to get it up in that, like, because I got one of those fitness watches, it's back there charging right now. But I got me one of those fitness watches, so I was trying to, like, when I first got it, it was a great motivator, because like the first week or two every day I was like, oh yeah, I need to get my heart rate up for a minute, um, and then I fell off hard. So we'll work on it. But yeah, that's what's doing there. Um, let's see here. Where are we at? Anthony, he says, I unloaded Monday morning, then pick up steel coils in Shreveport, then back to Hermiston, Oregon. All right. Shoot, yeah, man, that's moving right there. That's a long run, man. That just seems like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't ever go to Oregon, but that seems like a long run from like Shreveport up there, because uh, I used to have a run I would do from Shreveport to Salt Lake City, I think. Yeah. Maybe it was Dallas. Yeah, it was Dallas to Salt Lake. And God, that seemed like a long run. Like, I can't imagine going on to Oregon with it. That's a run right there. DIY Semi says, I just scheduled a DOT physical every 30 days, LOL. That'll, yeah, just schedule a DOT physical every 30 days. That'll keep you in line. Yeah, ain't that funny? Like, boy, when it comes DOT physical time, about 2 or 3 months in advance, or when that thing expires, boy, I'm high and tight. I'm doing the right things, and then as soon as they give me that card, it's like a license to go, find me the local Krispy Kreme. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as I get that card in my hand, I'm like, I'm an idiot for about a day or two. So that's who we're dealing with here. Do push-ups. It's a full body workout. Yeah, that's a good workout. Uh, yeah, it blows, but it pays well. Yeah, hey, isn't that most things in this world? Um, Ace says, what brand of reefer unit is the best in your opinion? I like a Carrier. A lot of people say they don't have the dealer network to be worked on that Thermo King does. I will give you that, but it seems like I have less trouble whenever I have a Carrier unit. Um, maybe there's a reason they got more dealer network. Maybe they got more service they need to be doing. I don't know. I mean, I don't. That's just my take on it. I've got a Thermo King on this trailer I got right now, and this Thermo King is rattly. That's the thing I hate the most about Thermo King is they develop these rattles, and man, you will chase these rattles. I mean, I'm out there like every 2 days with like WD-40 and freaking, plastic shims, and oh my God, it drives me batty, man. This thing develops these little rattles, and like, me, I don't care. I could sleep through a freaking hurricane, you know, freaking battling a tornado. Like, it makes nothing to me. Like, I'm serious. I could fall asleep anywhere and I can sleep anywhere. But it bothers me for the people around me, like when I come out of the truck stop, excuse me, when I come out of the truck stop and I can hear my freaking reefer unit rattling from the truck stop, it's embarrassing. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. So I go out there and I try to figure out what's squeaking and what's rattling, but it's kind of like that with every Thermo King I get. It really is. I mean, when was the last time you seen a Thermo King that didn't have a bungee cord across those front doors? Them freaking front doors, man, that's the worst design ever. And this one's not that old. I mean, it's not like an old. I'm not gonna say it's brand new. It's not. It's not that prime equipment, but it's okay. DIY says agree on a Carrier. Yeah, that's my jam as far as reefer goes. Um, if I had the money and I was buying a reefer unit, uh, those Great Dane Super Seals with the big Carrier unit on them. That's the way to be. That's where you want to be when Jesus comes back, pulling a Great Dane. Let's see. Yeah, no problem, Ace. No problem. That's what we're here for. Just chatting it up. Just chatting it up. Um, let's see. I gotta get some fuel tomorrow. I need to get on the MUDFLAP app and figure it out. Figure it out. I probably got enough. Well, I know I got enough to get this run done, but when you know your route, like as far as I do, I'm going from Missouri back to Minnesota, and then Minnesota down to Florida. You know what I mean? I got a lot of fuel capacity. I got 240 gallons worth of fuel capacity. So, I really need to be buying fuel smart because, I can, because I know my route. I know the best place. And I don't know what that is. Florida, Minnesota is probably like 1,500 miles. Uh, Kansas City back to Minnesota is probably another 450, 500. So I know my next 2,000 miles I'm going to be driving. So I need to, it's like you really can be smart with your fuel if you're doing that. Um, so yeah, I was looking at Iowa. Looked like they had some pretty good fuel prices. So maybe I need to check out Iowa. A couple Casey's General Stores I seen up there had really good fuel prices. So maybe that's what we need to do. Get on MUDFLAP and figure it out, because I've been buying more fuel on MUDFLAP. If you guys don't know, check out MUDFLAP. It's in the description. If you buy fuel for your truck, it's the way to be. Right now it is. There may be something better come out later, but as of right now, you're talking no fees. It's the way to be. Uh, DIY says I rock a 2014 Great Dane with a Carrier 75 times 4 unit. Yeah, he's prepared for Jesus right there. That's you know what I mean? Like, that's where you want to be when baby Jesus comes back, right there. All 7 pounds, 4 ounce baby Jesus right there. What about an APU brand? I don't know. I've only ever had Thermo King APUs. I've never had a Carrier APU that I can remember. I think all I've ever had, yeah, pretty sure all I've ever had was Thermo King APU. And both of those, lots of problems with both of those. And in their defense, in those Thermo King defense on those APUs, when I bought the trucks, both APUs had very high hours on them. Now, when I drove company trucks and they were like new APUs, yeah, no problems. But when those APUs start getting some hours on them, you could have some issues. Super chat from DIY Semi. Thank you, sir. He says, everyone tip your host being out there grinding on Thanksgiving Day. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. I've seen some good lives today. Mark Truck and Answers had a good live today. I don't know if y'all caught that one. That was a good one. And this guy Trucks was live earlier. Yeah, there's been some good ones out there. What was that? Oh yeah, APUs. Yeah, APU. Like I said, I've only had experience with Thermo King as far as me personally owning them, and they were both super high hours. And uh, I don't know. I don't know. It seems like I constantly chase a problem. An alternator would go out. Belt would break, pulley'd bend. Like fuel pumps. Yeah, I've chased some problems with some Thermo Kings. Um, you know. Now would I say don't get a APU? Hell no, I wouldn't say that. Like, I mean, I do very good on fuel economy, even though I don't have one. I do have a bunk heater, and the fact that I operate, a lot of my miles are north of I-40. A lot of my miles are north of I-70, so it's like if I was operating down in Texas, Oklahoma, places like that, more the southeast with all the humidity, I could see my fuel mileage hurting a little bit more because I don't have an APU. So, yeah, my next truck I'll probably buy one. Thanks, Ace. Ace hit me with a $10 super chat. You're the man. I appreciate it. Lone Star Transport came in there. Hey, what's up, man? Just seeing you come in. But yeah, thank you, Ace. I appreciate that. I don't know. I'm thinking about my next truck. I like to sit around and think about my next truck. Um, from trucks I see on the road, um, I will say this. If you can see this Freightliner right here, I hate this about these new Freightliners. Like that's bright. Like if I was backing in beside that, I would not like that. Um, that's a GP Transco truck. But yeah, like I don't know, that bums me out about those because I don't want that on my next truck. So, uh, information is more valuable. Yeah, yeah, I appreciate that, man. I do appreciate all the super chats. Appreciate everybody coming in, hitting that like button. You know what I mean? Just hanging out, just conversating. I appreciate it. I do. But yeah, my next truck. I'm thinking about the electric APU. My last those two Peterbilts I had. Yeah, we got you, Ace. I knew what you meant. Than money. Yeah, information. Yeah, knowledge is power, man, and power is money. Um, but yeah, the electric EPU on there. Some people call it an EAPU. Some people call it an EPU. But yeah, I had those on the Peterbilt, and they did pretty good. I will say they did pretty good. You got to have some good, strong batteries, though. I will say that. They put 4 extra batteries in there just to run that, and they put those like heavy, deep cycle marine batteries in there. And I used to do pretty good with it. I could go like in the summer. Um, and the way it worked on that 579 Peterbilt was you had a button you push on the dash, and then you would just run the air conditioner from the batteries or the bunk heater. Of course, a bunk heater doesn't use hardly any electricity. Like, it doesn't use a whole lot. The AC is what's using the batteries. So, it had a button. The 579 Peterbilt had a button on the dash you push. You kick the AC on back there. It runs off the batteries for like 6 to 8 hours, depending on the heat of the day. Like if it was just kind of like say it was in like the high 70s, but it was humid. So I would run the AC. That would run for like a 10-hour break. I could get a 10-hour break in on just the batteries. Now, if it was like, Texas heat, like 100 degrees, I get about, let's say, depending on how cold I kept it back there. And I would always, put my heat reflectors up, like that's one of those mandatory gotta haves for me is heat reflectors. I can deal with the cold better than I can deal with the heat. But I put heat reflectors up, just the little panels that go in the windshield. Close the curtains in the front and close the back curtains. And I could get like 6, let's say 5 to 8 hours, depending on how hot it was outside. And I always ran it pretty cold. I would set the temperature to like 67 or something like that. Like I'd want it pretty cold in there. But the button on the dash, you hit that, and what it does is it tells the truck, instead of cutting off my EPU, crank the truck and charge the batteries. And, it's pretty handy. It's pretty handy. So I do like the EPU. I'm not against them. I know a lot of people don't like them. They've had bad luck with them, but the 2 I've operated have been pretty good. Ace says, how long before those batteries would need replaced? I'm pretty sure you could probably get some years out of them. I would think, because like I said, in the winter, you got to think in the winter, you're not really abusing those batteries. Like, like my bunk heater runs off my truck batteries right now. It don't even have extra batteries to run it. So a bunk heater can run off just a truck battery. So say like 6 months out of the year you're using the air conditioner part of it. Um, you know, I recommend having like a little electric fan too. That really helped. Um, but yeah, I would say you get a few years out of them. Because that comes from the Peterbilt. Like those are factory installed, those EPUs on those Peterbilts. And I'm sure they warranty that for probably, the warranty of the truck, 3 to 5 years probably. Um, so yeah, I mean, you get your money's worth out of them. And those batteries are made to be done like that. They're deep cycle marine batteries. They're meant to go way down and then charge up and way down. Uh, you know, so yeah, I mean, you get your money's worth out of them. And the thing I like about it is you don't have another diesel engine on the truck. Like as far as time consumption of like having to work on the APU, there's less to go wrong with the EPU. So for me, even if it doesn't work quite as efficiently, it takes enough of the engine idle out of the system to make it worth the money. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of these bigger companies are going to that. So um, I may look into a GP Transco truck. Um, it would have to be a white one though. I mean, I like these teal colors they got. I do like that teal color, but at the same time, I like a white truck. I just like a white truck. I don't know. It's not like I wouldn't buy one of those because it's not white, but I like the white ones because in the summer, they reflect more heat. They just stay cooler in the summer. I mean, that's the main reason I like white trucks. And they're more abundant. If you're going to pick a color, pick the color that's the most abundant color. So, um, yeah, Betty White Jr. Yeah, no, no, she would have to have her own name. All of my trucks get a very unique naming. They're always named after a woman. I typically don't go with like, I don't go with like, stripper names. I go with women, let's see. I've had Gertrude, I've had Dorothy, I've had Rosie, I've had Roseanne. You know what I mean? Betty, got Betty White here. Patty, I've had Patty. Um, I don't know. I like naming them. Uh, Philip Trigger says I usually had good experience with the EPU except when the truck would start up while I was sleeping. Yeah, yeah. Um, See, that never bothered me because I grew up in the age of what was it, Opti Idle, where every truck had that freaking Opti Idle on it. Oh, that was the best thing ever because you didn't have to idle your truck all night because we put Opti Idle on it. And then about every hour and a half, that some bitch would crank up and rev way up. And then, oh my God, dude. I had an International 9400i. Uh, Dirty Gertie, as I like to call her. Her name was Gertrude. Dirty Gertie. And, whoo, man, that thing would start up and shake the living heck out of you. You would think you had got like your truck had got tipped over by the wind when that thing would crank up. Scared like the first month or two in that truck, man, that scared the living hell out of me. Like that thing would crank up and rev up and yeah, yeah, it took some getting used to. When I went home, I had to kind of have somebody come in and kick my bed about every hour and a half just to, make me feel like I was back in the truck. I'd say just leave the lawnmower running outside the bedroom window and come in and kick the bed frame about every hour and a half with a pair of steel-toe boots. Um, you know. But yeah, that is annoying when it starts up like that. But Um, it's one of those things like when it when it cranks up, it's kind of like um, I don't know. It might jar you and wake you up a little bit, but you go back to sleep pretty quick. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like interrupted sleep, but at the same time, uh, yeah, I think I could deal with it. I think I could deal with it. DIY Semi says Vanna White. Oh, Vanna, what a name. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I have to ride in them for like a week or two before I figure out a name for them. Like it's not just like it has to come to me. I'll just be driving and it'll be like, boom, there it is, there it is. Uh, Now it's funny because my last Freightliner was named Patty, and she turned into a cow patty toward the end. You know what I'm saying? A big heaping steaming pile. So yeah, sometimes the name just fits. Am I right? White truck El Blanco. Yeah, yeah, I like them white. I don't know, like I mean, not every truck I've owned's been white, but and the main reason I like it's just because of it reflects the heat. I hate being hot, man. I am like, I grew up in the southeast, and let me tell you, I got enough of the heat for my lifetime. I moved to Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Like I moved to Minnesota willingly. Get me the heck out of there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking around on some trucks right now, like, and not seriously like looking to buy anything right now. Just kind of like filling it out. Kind of watch what companies order certain specs. I'll be honest with you. If the company I got this truck from would, if they would do an electric APU on, I need to look and see what they're doing on their new trucks. Because like I like the way they spec this truck. It's just it needs that electric APU on it or EPU. You can add that on too. They have secondary. You don't have to get those from the factory. They've got add-ons you can get for those. There's one company that makes one. It's a pretty simple setup. It's just a battery box that mounts onto the frame rail, and then it's like a control box and a vent. It's like a little box, maybe like a foot by a foot, just a heat exchanger that goes out to the back of the truck, and then they mount the whatever outside. DIY Semi says they have several kinds of APU, includes electric. Yeah. Yeah, some people call them EPU, some people call them EAPU, you know. But yeah, I think that's what I want on my next one, honestly. Um, you know, because that's the only thing I'm really missing here is the summertime when it gets hot. Like would like to have a way to cool this truck, without having to idle it. Let's see. Wild Bill says I had to miss Trucking Answers show today because of my stupid job. Yeah, you catch him on the replay. I missed the majority of it. I was in there for about the first 30 minutes, and then the dinner bell rang. And you can call me anything, just don't call me late for dinner. And I went on in there and spent, I just wanted to check in. I knew I couldn't spend no 2 hours in there. When I'm at the house, I'm at the house. Trucking ain't a thing when I'm at the house, honest to God. Like it just ain't. Um, I live this every day, all day. So, um, just one of those things. Just one of those things. But I watched it on the replay coming out of Minnesota. I just I let the replay run as I was coming down through there. It was a good show. It was. Anthony says, "What do you think about Lone Mountain or LRM leasing?" Um, I'd say you're buying a pig in a poke. If anybody knows what that means, uh, you don't know what you're going to get. You really don't. Like most used trucks, you don't. Um, I'm personally not a fan of Lone Mountain Leasing. I went through their process. I went and looked at some trucks, and I wasn't impressed. I mean, like I think you can do just as much going to, my main thing with them is these fleets they're getting these trucks from are typically not like the high end fleets. You know what I mean? Like this, they're not spec'd super great. Like as far as little things that I like. But then again, I will say this: who knows what a used truck? I mean, you don't know. Like I tell people, a used truck is like a scratch off lottery ticket. You don't know what you got till you done bought it, and then it's like, what are you gonna do at that point? Um, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard some horror stories come out of there, and then again, I've heard some people get some really great deals out of there. Um, you know, like I don't know. I mean, hell, I may go there next time. Like I said, I don't know. I've never bought a truck there, so I don't want to talk too much about it. But I have went through their process. I did get everything. I mean, I could have walked in there and got the truck I wanted, or I could have got a truck. I don't know if it'd been the one I wanted, but I could have got a truck from them. Um, you need about double the down payment. That's basically all you need. Like if you want a truck with a $4,000 down payment from there, you need about 8 in the bank. They want to make sure you got some money in the bank in case the truck does break down. You don't just return the truck. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. Um, they do have some deals. I will say that they do have some deals. Um, you know, just do your research. Just do your research the best you can. Um, Try to find out what fleet the truck came from. That would be the big thing before I bought a truck there. The one I was looking at came from Crete Carriers. I was looking at an international from Crete Carriers. And Crete's not like, they're not like the bottom feeder, you know. So I was looking at it. My thing was, you know, when I went there, they only had like one or two left, and they were kind of treated rough. You could tell, like the driver that had them before. There was a reason those were the two left. Like I'm sure every driver came in there, looked at them, and was like, yeah, let's go look at something else. So that was my only. That was the only thing that really turned me away on them. Is the two trucks that I wanted, like, or I only wanted one of them, but they only had two of those left. Because I mean, like, Lone Mountain will take like 50 of one kind. I've seen them have 100 trucks from USA Truck there before. Like the T6, the Kenworth T680s. And see, USA Truck, that's one of those carriers that they spec a truck as cheap as possible. Like, I'm surprised they got FM radio in them. You know what I'm saying? Like when I worked for USA Truck, the first truck I had didn't even have a Jake brake on it. Like, how cheap can you be to not put a Jake brake on a truck? And given it was a little bit older truck at the time, Jake brake wasn't as common as it is now, but it was still common. It should have had a Jake brake. Um, so that's my thing with Lone Mountain. Figure out where the truck come from. If they won't tell you where it come from, then don't do business with them. Like, they know where these trucks come from. It's not like it's a hidden secret. They know. I wouldn't buy one from Western Express because they got their own body shop and they fix their repairs. They don't turn them into insurance. That's not good because you don't know how bad a wreck that truck's been in, and a lot of their trucks have been in wrecks, and they take them and they ship them back to Nashville and they fix them. And then you buy something you don't know how it may have a bent frame. You know, they don't care. They throw it back together and they throw it on the lot. And they sell a lot to Lone Mountain. Um, all the big fleets do. You know, you just got to figure out what fleet it came from would be my big thing. Let's see. But yeah, that's what I think about Lone Mountain. I'm not 100% against them, but I wouldn't do a commercial for them. You know, I just tell you, do your research the best you can, because that's all you can do. You know, if that's the best route you have to get into a truck, I would much prefer you do that than to lease a truck from a carrier. Because at least going to Lone Mountain, it's your asset and it's a decent payment price. You know, most of their trucks are like $2,000 a month or less. You know, um, back when I bought this truck back in the spring, Lone Mountain had a thing where they were doing. They were like 2016 and 2017 International Pro Stars with the Cummins engine. You know, wouldn't be my first pick, but they were doing them for like stupid money. It was like literally like $2,000 down and $900 a month for like 36 months. I mean, like, dude, these trucks were cheap and they were super simple payments. You know, I think it might have been $995 a month or something like that. All in, the truck was under $40,000. And you know, you're talking trucks in like the high 300,000 mile range, 400,000 mile range. Um, you know, so just saying, you know, they're not all bad. Like, if you could find a good deal there, and that's your best way into becoming an owner operator, I would much, like I said, I'd rather see you do that than go to, you know, a mega carrier and lease a truck for $1,000 a week when you could go out there and lease a truck for $1,000 a month. Your chance of succeeding and being happy are so much higher not leasing from a carrier and going to a place like that. So I don't want to discourage people from doing that. I'm just, you know, try to pick the best truck they got. You know, do your research. Lone Star Transport says, I don't have an APU, wouldn't be cost effective for as much as I'd use it, but love my bunk heater. Yeah, bunk heaters are like, I don't understand why they don't install bunk heaters on every truck from the factory. I mean, I really don't. Even team trucks, like, you know, some of these companies that sell their team trucks, I was looking at some of the specs on them, and I'm like, even if it was a team truck, I'd put a bunk heater in it. I mean, those things pay for themselves in like one winter, like one good winter, and it's paid for. And my bunk heater, that little thing will, like, I swear to God, I set it to 72 degrees. And the other night, it got down to like 19 degrees. I had no issues with heat. Like, I was as warm as I needed to be back there. Now, like I said, I do close the front curtain and I do close this middle curtain here. And I have had that bunk heater at like 0 degrees one day, and I was still warm back there. So, just saying, those things are money, and that was without bumping the temp up on it. That was just running it normal. Like, that thing will like run you out of there if you turn it up too high. It'll get like 80 degrees back there. You'll think you're sleeping in Miami or something. DIY Semi says, I mean, that company you are talking about has different kinds. Oh, okay, yeah. I need to look into that more and see what they do, and because I don't think this truck's ever had an APU on it. Um, you know, it's there would be signs of it having an APU. So I don't know. I guess they just maybe spec this one different, or I don't know. But yeah, I would like to have an EPU on here, preferably a factory one. You know. Um, B Rad, what's up? Says B Rad says Happy Thanksgiving, Cash. Thanks for recommending DIY semi, buying my first truck, and saved over $2,000 after watching his sales tax video. Yeah, man, that's money over there. Everybody check out DIY. He's doing two things that, to me, the two most important things in trucking to save yourself money. Once you've made it, the best things you can do to keep it are learn the tax codes and learn how to do taxes, and then learn how to work on your own stuff, like, and how to buy fuel. Those are like your top three things that are gonna save you money. Oh yeah. So thanks, B-Rad. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, go check out DIY, man. It's a good channel. Good stuff. How much is left on your truck's warranty? This truck is warranty. The factory warranty is out. The factory warranty was to 500,000, and she has came and went. So we are on a secondary, aftermarket warranty now, and it basically only covers the main components. But I got that warranted up to 750,000. So, we're at about five. I think we're at 525 now. I got an oil change due right now. That's why I'm thinking. I need to get that done pretty soon. Maybe instead of doing this, I should have dropped this trailer and went over here to Love's and see if they could do an oil change. Well, I got time. What time is it? 9:30? Yeah. May run over in a minute and see if they got an oil change guy on staff, because this truck needs an oil change. I don't like letting them go more than 20. But yeah, so 230,000 miles, ballpark, 225, something like that. And that's major components. Like, that's not, every little thing. Let's see. Yeah, that's awesome, B-Red. I'm glad you saved $2,000, man. That's $2,000 that you don't have to go earn, that you get to keep. Gus says, is Jake brake required now in truck manufacturing? When was that? Is Jake brake required now in truck manufacturing? When was that? Yeah, I don't think it's mandatory to have or I don't think it's required to have a Jake brake. I mean, it's pretty common now, but I don't think it's required. Let's see. Ace says, your opinion on a fully rebuilt ELD exempt pre-emission truck and say F California. Fully rebuilt. What does that mean? Does that mean the engine, or is that engine, transmission, rear ends? Because, like, don't forget, like, there's a lot of components to a truck that wear out. So if it's a 20-something-year-old truck, you got more issues than just the engine. You know what I mean? If you're willing to do that and you're willing to wrench on it yourself a little bit, you could save a ton of money doing that. And I know people that make a lot of money that ain't been to California in 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, there's some owner operators out here at Kill It that never go to California. I mean, hey, I go about once a year, and then I think to myself, oh yeah, that's why I don't go to California, and I don't go for like another year. So, the only reason I went to California. Ooh, man, it's probably been 5 years, maybe longer. I went one time this year, and that was just to help somebody out. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, like, I didn't choose that load to California just to go to California. Now, it worked out for me, and I knew loads coming out of California were paying really good. So that's why I agreed to all that. Hadn't been for that, I don't need it. You know, like basically, I don't need anything like, uh, I don't know. Let's say I-35. I don't need anything west of I-35. I mean, other than like Minneapolis, maybe Kansas, the Dakotas. You know what I mean? Like I'll go play in some places like that, but I really don't care to go across the Rockies. It's just like because you can literally come back for free sometimes. It feels like. Um, yeah. DIY says Ace, not a bad plan. Just don't overpay for the truck. Yeah, just remember, just because they rebuilt the engine, don't let that run the price up. And don't buy a pre-emissions truck. Like if it's an older one, like 90s, don't buy it just because it's ELD exempt. Because um, to me, it's like what little bit you're going to gain by being exempt, you're not going to gain back in overpaying for the truck. So, um, but yeah, if the engine, I guess, is fully rebuilt, um, yeah, I mean, you know, California can California can have itself as far as I'm concerned. Kudos to the guys that run out there and do well with it, but you don't have to. You don't have to. I mean, I got like 2 or 3 lanes I run, and that's pretty much it. Maybe I got probably about 4 lanes that I can like consistently run. And I know those 4 lanes really well, and I know what I should be making going in, and I know what I should be making coming out for most of the year. Like, and none of them involve California. Um, you know, like, just is what it is. Let's see. Ace says, I want a classic XL with a 60 series and pay to get it rebuilt myself. Yeah, there you go. That's not a bad plan. I like those classic XLs. I used to know a guy. We used to park at the same spot, um, on home time, and he had a classic XL. We worked for the same company at the time. We were leased on to the same company, I should say. But yeah, he liked his. He had a 60 series. He got good fuel mileage out of it. It's a good truck. Um, Alexandra in the house says, hello, Cash. Sorry I'm late. Yeah, no worries. No worries. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for letting me know you're here. Lone Star Transport says you won't want a long hood classic if you're looking for a good fuel mileage truck. Yeah, I mean, to me, a classic XL is kind of like a mid-range. Um, you know, it's not as bad as like it's not as bad as like a big 389 or a W900 or something. But yeah, you're not in an aerodynamic truck, that's for sure. But they're cool trucks. I mean, you can do okay with fuel economy, but yeah, you're not gonna be way up there like if fuel prices go back up, you'll definitely feel the burn. DIY Semi says, gotta bounce. Have a good night. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for helping everybody out. We appreciate what you do. Everybody go check out DIY Semi over there. It's a dead-gum good channel. Like, it's not just a guy bragging about what he's got in life. It's a guy genuinely trying to help people out to not pay the government all their money and these shops all their money. Because I mean, that's as an owner operator, it is very easy to give a bunch of money that you don't have to repair shops and Uncle Sam. So if you can help yourself on those two, you can do big things. Um, let's see. Ace says, I want something big enough to live in and live rent free. Um, yeah, I mean, does a classic XL really have that much of a bigger sleeper? I mean, I don't think they do. I mean, I've never had one, but yeah, I don't know. Lone Star, yeah, that's for sure. 18 Wheeler King, you're spot on about Cali. I run there all the time. Lots of mega carriers. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you can get in and get out and make money, more power to you. But, you know, it's like any trucking lane. Some people like it, some people don't, you know. Um, Big Sammy says Freightliner or Volvo. Oh, you twisted my arm, man. That's I like both of them. Depends on the model, depends on the engine. You know, I like both. I like both. I will say, like, you know, I love Freightliners because they're so efficient. The cost of ownership is really cheap. Um, but boy, Volvo ain't bad either, man. Like, they're not that expensive to own over time. And their interiors hold up really well, man. Um, I was actually talking to somebody the other day about going to the junkyard and pulling a Volvo seat to put in this Cascadia. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what they're doing over there at Volvo for their seats, but man, those things last like 100 years. Let's see. Where was we at? Alexandra says time for the fun. Lots of paperwork to do tonight. Yeah, I need to get caught up on some paperwork too. Thanks for reminding me. You know what I mean? God, I got receipts over here, man. I just let them pile up and pile up and pile up, and then I'm like, oh God. And it's to the point now to where it's like depressing. You know what I mean? It's depressing. Like, I'm literally gonna have to take like 2 hours and sit there and like do all that. Um, Echo, happy Thanksgiving. Hey, Echo, thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate you. Good seeing you. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Good night, everyone. Be safe. Yeah, I'm about to get out of here myself, Lone Star. Thanks for coming in. Gus says I like those loads you were looking at earlier. Jet plane, fighter jet. Yeah, yeah. That's some cool stuff right there, man. Um, you know, that company looked like they were doing a lot of it. I don't know. Did that video ever upload? Hopefully that video uploaded. Um, but yeah, let me run through some comments here. Chili Dog in the house. What's up, Chili Dog? 18 Wheeler, let me get back here. Let me make sure I didn't miss nobody. 18 Wheeler says, King, I'm looking for a Freightliner Cascadia. Got any recommendations? Yes, get the Evolution. Make sure it's an Evolution. In my opinion, the Evolution is worth the extra money. And if you get an automatic, get the integrated one. Get the Cascadia Evolution I. That way you get the DT12 transmission. And preferably like a 2016 or later is the way to be on that. 2016 or later. Because what that does is they redesigned the turbo setup in 2016, and it is more reliable and it is more efficient the way they designed it. So, and I don't know this because I know this. I know this because a mechanic I trust told me this. I mean, it's not like I know a lot about, you know, different types of turbos and stuff. I should, but I don't. But yeah, a mechanic told me that, and I trust him. So, Chili Dog says, "Hey there, Cash. Happy Thanksgiving, brother man. Yeah, I appreciate everybody coming in on Thanksgiving. Ace $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much." Philip Trucker says Volvo 860 is very comfortable and big inside. Heck yeah, man. That freaking new 860, a buddy of mine had an 860, and we met up, and I sat in his truck, and man, that thing was like, dude, like you could play catch in the damn thing. It's so big. Like, I really like it. I really like it. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna hop off here. Been on here about an hour. I'm gonna run over and see if this Loves has got somebody to change the oil in his truck. What a great time to get an oil change. 10 o'clock on Thanksgiving night. That's thinking it through right there. It's going to be a waste of a walk going over there and asking, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because I'm that guy. Yeah, I got to get out of here, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks, Ace, for the super chats. DIY, thanks for coming in and helping everybody out. Alexandra in the house. Lone Star Transport in the house. Ace in the house. A lot of good people came in tonight. I appreciate everybody. Super chats from Ace. DIY Semi. You guys are awesome. Wild Bill was in here. Rick N. Dunn was number one. Later, everybody. Take care of each other out there.